location that I don't know the name of.
Yes, that you did indeed do, because everyone came back from their kind of um, little jaunt in the woods, which I feel like was a little bit more of a jaunt than otherwise. Who was it that was sleeping outside?
Oh,
Lucy.
Right, you guys are back in the woods.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys run any sort of like watch at? Okay. Any sort of like watch at night, or
I don't think they ever really slept.
you gotta sleep? Otherwise, you're getting exhaustion levels and like.
Yeah, I
No,
think they.
we were talking, and then that's where it ended.
Okay.
We were having a conversation.
Cool. So, did you go back to the brewery to sleep, or
No, we'd probably sleep there. I doubt
Okay.
we'd do a watch.
Yeah,
and you
we were
didn't
digging graves.
set
We're
up
tired. Who's walking back?
watch?
We didn't get that far.
That's true. Well, that's why I'm asking right now to basically try and like
Oh.
clarify.
I feel like given what this thing is and this place, most creatures probably steer clear of it because it's fucking weird.
That's a pretty clear. Yeah.
That's Glimwell's assumption.
Okay. Damn, Emmy's having a rough time with the internet. Okay, and Lucy feels totally fine just sleeping in this clearing that's now full of bodies and whatnot with this moon pillar.
Graves. Full
Oh,
of
graves. Yes, my bad.
No, we buried them.
Okay, all right.
We were nice.
It is. You are indeed nice people. You get a point for morality.
Did they get an inspiration?
Discord's being fucky. Okay. I actually, you know what? I did really like that interaction, and I'll give you both inspiration for that.
Scope.
I like the fact that they actually buried the people because I thought about it like, well, should we bury them and hide the evidence? Or should we leave it so the evidence wasn't touched like a crime scene?
I appreciate.
And then they're all like, we're gonna make sure these people are not just, you know, murdered and left here.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The second someone hit, like, a second an enemy hits the ground, you're like, so do we bury that evidence, or? And I'm like, it's very mob mentality where I'm like, they either are a person or they are now evidence, and those are the two different varieties of people. But
I like to speak something about me.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, so I'll give you both inspiration because that was like some really cool role play moments. And yeah, okay, so you guys just hang out through the night. Let me.
Okay, cat.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, cat.
I can see you. You're here. I just was making sure you were.
Oh, thank good. Yeah, no, I'm bueno. My
Yeah.
Discord just hates the live stream.
I'm gonna
thing.
need. I'm gonna want perception checks from both of you. Because you're just out in the
From who?
from Lucy and Glim. Just
If we're sleeping, we can't roll perception checks.
you can re-roll them at disadvantage. I just want
Are
to
you a light sleeper or not? I
see
guess would be the.
if kind of.
Lucy's like, I got nothing here. I just exist. I'm comfy. Isn't too bad for.
Well, actually, that's a
5.
3 and
That's a
okay.
Yeah, it's a 3 and a 7.
It's a
It seems
3 and a
pretty
7.
bad.
I'm gonna say.
I didn't realize it was doubled. My bad.
Other than some kind of like strange dreams, your sleep is not really bothered. You actually get like a full night's sleep, but like dreams involving the moon being present a lot and other sort of strange imagery. In particular, yeah, you both have the same dream of seeing this individual looking down at you on a throne with the full moon behind it.
This is in our dream.
That's in your dream.
Yeah, it seems par for the course.
Can I just ask, as an outsider clarification, does this person look fleshy now and not on the statue? Or is it just that
Yeah, no,
vague?
you can't see them in particular, because they're like shaded and whatnot, but they seem like they have a physical form, um, more than anything. And you're in the dream, you are bent down on one knee in supplication to this being and unable to actually stand up. So yeah. So yeah, you wake up to the sun now, kind of barely cutting through the branches, of the early morning, that's occurring. It's kind of strange. You haven't really been, had either you've been sleeping with the whole group around, or you've been in separate rooms. So to have to only awake with one other person beside you and not the rest is a little off-putting, especially by this pillar, but you're all together and fine. Maybe a little sore from the fight afterwards, but you're good.
Eat one of my rations.
Yeah, what type of rations do you like? Like what's in these rations, you figure?
Dried nuts and berries.
Hell yeah. Classic.
Yep.
What's Lucy get up to in the morning?
I guess I'd walk around the statue,
Okay.
and if I don't see anything out of the ordinary happening near me, I would start. What's that thing to make the blade sharper?
Oh, well, just sharpening your axe with a whetstone
That.
is what you're looking for.
Whetstone.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, you go around the pillar, and you actually see on the opposite side of where you're sleeping, some fresh meat has been left there as an offering, seemingly.
Fresh meat,
Yes,
like
Like
super
raw?
fresh, like just
like
killed?
raw. Yeah, like it's been hunted and taken. Like I'm almost to say that it's like a kind of like haunch of an animal that seems fairly, bluntly taken off. Yeah, you can tell very easily from it that it was not removed via a blade, but rather just torn off.
Lucy asking Glim.
What's Lucy asking
I didn't
Glim?
do this. If he did that.
Oh, okay. We didn't.
Or she did that.
No. I certainly did not.
I get closer to the meat
Okay. There's.
and maybe like kick it a little bit.
Okay.
and see-
There's some flies that were kind of on it that like kick up from it, but other than that,
Is there anyone else in the clearing with us?
nope. Other than the bodies in the ground. Lucy.
The meat, is there any? Oh, sorry.
I just think that like maybe your mic is not picking up all the things that you're saying, because I'm seeing now and then that your mouth is moving and I'm not being able to hear it. Okay, so what's up?
where the meat is.
Yes.
Is it like clearly an offering plate or something, or it's just
There
tossed
was
there?
no offering plate in particular, but more what you can more it's presented in such a way that it like you get the gist that it was presented rather than kind of tossed there. Like there's some delicateness to this. Because you can't really see it like having hit anywhere. There's no real like extra dust on it. It looks like it was carried here and placed down.
I just go back to eating my rations. I mean, if someone came, they clearly didn't bother us. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Are there like footsteps or anything? Like,
Roll
do
me
I see any indication?
roll me a survival check.
Ooh, wait, I'm good at
You
that.
are
Hold
good
on.
at that.
Hold on. Look at that.
What have you got?
Oh, I was just saying the.
Oh goddamn.
The ground has been tread on so much after like due to the fight. It's really hard to tell exactly where anyone's going in particular, because this is like people were running around all over the place. The cultists like kneeled there to touch the pillar beforehand. You're picking up so many different tracks of so many different people doing so much different stuff. It's hard to really parse. What I would say you do know is that this would be a deer haunch, which would be an animal from the region. What was that? Ashy?
Out of game,
game.
I was just thinking in this case, I'm like, what was that person thinking? Like, they come up to their revenant stat, like, pillar. They're about to place this offering down, and there's two strange people sleeping on it, which it's kind of taboo to touch it, but they're sleeping on it.
Well, they weren't sleeping
It's kind of like,
on it.
Not
They were
sleeping
sleeping
on
near
it.
it.
oh, I thought Lucy was sleeping,
Near
leaning
it.
against it.
I mean, it's a... Oh, wait, you leaned against it while sleeping?
Yeah, I touched it and nothing happened, so I was leaning up against it.
Right, but you didn't sleep while leaning up against it. That's just unfeasible. You're gonna fall over at one point, and that's gonna suck.
Okay.
I'm
I
just...
just thought like she leaned up against it, like, you know, you lean up against a wall and go to
Oh,
sleep,
yeah, okay, if you have to, like, sit down to do that, okay, sure, yeah.
like she does against trees.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. Cool. I guess, yeah, so then, Lucy and Glim have just chill out at the clearing. Back at the brewery, there's, Ashy and Emmy and Jesse, all the ending and E sounds, just hanging out there. And you guys kind of were woken up to the various like the workmen.
I was out in the wagon just to.
You were
remind
out in the wagon. Okay. Well, Jesse and Emmy get woken up by the workmen who are waking up early to sort of like get their shifts going and whatnot. So yeah, I would imagine that Jesse's like, hey, there are these bunks, let's use them. And, like, this is a very public space. So, right. So I would imagine Jesse would probably get up earlier than Emmy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Emmy likes to sleep.
I imagine, like, Jesse, like, gets up, probably out of the bottom bunk, I would imagine. Yeah, okay, cool. And, like, will actually, like, get up, grab the whole bunk, and, like, shake it to, like, get you up. Come on, lazy bones. Morning.
Morning. How'd you sleep?
I mean, considering everything that happened, pretty good.
I say the same. My neck's a bit sore, but I'm feeling fine.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, you nearly had it taken off, did you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thanks for saving my ass, by the way.
I mean, why would I be here if not to do that?
Certainly. This is why I needed a first mate.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm very quickly understanding what that actually pertains to, so... Anyways,
All right.
let's go see how the rest of them fared, and hopefully they didn't have a run with a big bad wolf in the meantime.
Hopefully not. Emmy will kind of hop off of the top bunk very dramatically
Of course.
and Noom out towards the wagon.
Of course.
Did you just say Noom?
Noom.
I thought I heard Noom. Okay.
I
cool, cool, cool.
totally imagine the sort of like Racia. It's like, okay. Jesse just, yeah, I'll get there. Trails in behind you, and you meet up with Ashy, who's in the wagon. I imagine Duras is probably up and reading some large tome that you know that you're like, this is Duras reading time. Let's not bother him. By this point. So yeah, Ashy's probably, you were like untouched in the fight, so you're like, whatever, I got nothing to rest off. Cool.
Yeah. Did I notice anything weird with the wagon? Like there was no need to roll. for anything?
Roll me perception at disadvantage. Fuck it, why not? Let's get crazy. Disadvantage all around.
My sheet. Sorry, trying to type.
Yeah, no worries.
Clicked off the thing and it's not working.
Oh no.
Alright, there we go.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just...
Sorry.
That's
I was
hey,
gonna
that's a pretty
do the-
good roll. I was just like, shit. I hope you get that or better. Like, okay. Still
That's not
14.
a bad roll either.
I believe because you're kind of like, you're used to sort of sleeping light, as per your trade.
Trained.
And so you wake up to hear what sounds like a howling off in the distance, and then a particularly large bang. And you can't quite place exactly what it is.
Would I have any familiarity with the fact that there's guns being in my trade is to kill people?
Actually,
Because you said out
yes.
of game that there are in game. Would I know of that because of the family?
So here's the thing, like, guns are in the world, but like, they're mainly a southern sort of thing. They haven't really expanded too much out. You know of them, but they're still like these
I've
sort
never
of...
heard the presence that would not be a associated sound.
Yeah, it's more like they're like
Okay.
novel things that, like, you know, the southern nobles engage in, and like the particularly I guess forward thinking of them equip some of their the retainers with them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which
so it's kind
is-
of like a new novel trend, if anything,
Yeah.
for the rich.
Yeah, you're like, you've heard of the benefits that black powder can definitely bring, and considering cannons are a thing, the concept of that sort of like being into a personalized thing is interesting. But
But I've also seen like shatter and thunder type spells
Yeah,
from people.
I mean,
so it's kind of like a
I don't know where you would have, heard a shatter effect. It seems strange to me. It's not like you're running around with someone who, at any moment's
Shatters all the
notice,
time.
tries to find a scenario to use Shatter. Uh,
Gotcha. No,
Yeah.
that's what I was just like. So I would not necessarily think gun. I would think explosive magic.
You'd think
Spell.
explosive, I would say. That would be your go-to.
So I would clock that. Was there any daylight up yet at that point?
No,
like,
it
you know
was
that weird. It was still night. Okay.
like maybe just about like before. Yeah, it was night. It was definitely night. If I had to like,
Before 4, definitely before 4.
yeah. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'd be what you would have been able to hear, not being able to place exactly how far or anything, but you know that something happened.
A thing happened and a boom happened.
Mhm.
Did the howl delay cut off from that noise, or did it just not continue?
Hard to tell. But there wasn't any noise afterwards. That you are sure of.
The fly buzzing around in my ear is making me think of flies buzzing around.
Mhm. It's very atmospheric.
Just like,
Yeah, well, that's what you
What is
get for, sleeping out near where all the other animals are being kept and stuff.
Robin ain't sleeping outside anymore. I legit would be like beast suit or like mosquito net
Mm.
if I'm sleeping outside anymore.
The few times I went camping, I have the capacity to sleep anywhere, and I found out I was sleeping on a pointy rock when I woke up, and I'm like, didn't realize.
I do not.
Yeah, so that's my experience with
so
camping. So yeah, Emmy's there.
I would
Are the
probably
others
be
back yet?
no.
Huh.
I told them to be back so we could leave early. I wonder if they slept in.
Probably.
Assholes. It's too noisy around here to sleep in. But good news, all our stuff's still here, and I guess we can load up the wagon and get that ready, or have breakfast
Wait.
inside.
They didn't show up.
I mean, they're either dead or coming. I don't really have an option here.
Okay,
I mean,
Well,
I'm
if they're
new.
dead,
I'm new to this whole group, and wasn't like Glim the one who chartered this group, and like the one with like the money?
We've never actually split up before and slept separately, so this is all new to all of us.
Okay, that's
Which is kind of my thing of either they're dead or coming, and we got stuff to do, or we could go look for them and waste time.
I will give them 10 minutes,
okay.
and then I can go look.
All right, 10
I
minutes.
mean, we could both
15.
run there.
15.
If you wanted tag
Okay.
team, we could run there real quick, really quickly.
We could just do it after breakfast, I would imagine.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
After
We could just
breakfast.
Okay,
breakfast. And
Hey, if you guys are not worried about them, then I guess I'm not supposed to be. But
they're like the two tankiest of us.
no, I saw.
so-
I'm aware.
So if they're in trouble, we probably don't want to actually be there.
I
Certainly.
mean, okay, from my experience in, being part of like troops and like, units and stuff, if
Passion, concern, dedication, faithfulness.
more what I'm
Usually,
saying is like
but
if you're with a group, usually you want to stay with that group. Is there like what? Do you not like them, or is
well, Lucy very much likes her alone time in the woods.
okay?
Which absolutely is kind of what she's out doing, and Glimwell tagged along so she wasn't in the really weird woods, is my assumption.
Okay,
So
so
her to
those
be
are
alone in the
those weren't
woods?
really weird woods.
Well, I mean, she comes from other really weird woods, so
Jesse like looks over at Emmy, being like, "What the fuck did you get me into?" Okay.
Beats me.
Okay, we should.
but yeah, they're in the forest. That's like Lucy's saying, I feel comfortable. She's gonna sleep in the
Okay.
forest. She comes back.
Yeah, that's
Like a lost cat.
all right.
More like a an affectionate bear cub that we keep feeding.
Okay, so
And-
bear cubs are not a good thing to see because then the the actual bears come around.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just in that
Maybe a good-
context of meaner. Maybe bear then. She's just a bear.
All
that
right,
we've-
you know what? Friendly
Whatever.
bear. Sure.
Yeah,
all right.
friendly
bear.
A very
and...
dangerous, predatory animal that we love having around, but happens just to enjoy the woods more than us.
Oh, okay. So like a pet tiger.
Well, I didn't know if we had tigers around here.
Oh, I've seen tigers.
Around here?
No, not around here. Luckily.
I was like, but there's bears around here.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of. That's why I said
okay.
bears.
All
Was
right.
like
all right.
the local
I-
is.
Sure. I don't know about pet
Breakfast.
bears though, but
I'm not paying $5 for breakfast.
you
That's all I got.
don't order crazy stuff.
I have my own spice. I forgot about it last night.
Okay.
I
Well, I'm
found
glad
this
that won't happen
In
again.
the kitchen of the dragon place. I'm gonna try it. for
You
breakfast.
took thousands of year-old spices?
Yeah, you want to try some?
No,
Okay.
thank you.
It was still fresh.
Okay, all I want is like some oatmeal. Oatmeal sounds good to me to start off. Just let's go with that. Maybe they got some pork on hand. That would be nice.
I wonder
They
if the
have
same
apples at
person-
least.
Yeah, I wonder if the same person is
They don't
serving.
have apples. That's the orchard. That's the Half Dusk Orchard. Oh wait, no, they would have apples because they have the juice.
They have cider.
That makes sense.
here.
That
They
makes
have
sense. That makes sense. That makes
cider.
sense. Valid point. Valid point.
You said cider at the very
They
beginning.
make
That's
cider.
They have cider.
as part of
Oh.
it. They also
Yeah. They're fairly
Cider.
this is like a fairly
diversity.
open-ended brewery.
diversified.
They're not like specialists. They have a good ale. That's mainly what they have going for them.
I wonder if they have a good breakfast ale for those who drink. Anyway, so we go inside
Yes.
and see if there's any room to sit, and if not, I probably would just go back to the wagon since we have a perfectly good wagon to sit in that's got space.
True. That is true. You see there's like a fairly sizable line of like the various workers that are there. Kind of like to get their food and get going. On their way. So there's a little bit of time in between. We're gonna cut back. So, Glib and Lucy, are you going to head back towards the brewery, or
How did we leave it?
you guys were just like eating your rations, sharpening your axe, and we're just in the clearing.
No, I meant I don't remember Ashy telling us to meet up the next morning.
Well, we
Sure.
all decided that we were going to go on a trip to the city where there's a suspicious black wolf running towards.
Well, it's not
That's the competitor.
the city; it's the other brewery.
The other brewery.
Yes.
Okay, well,
I
Sorry.
just want to
Location?
clarify that
That is
that
fair
you
point.
don't show up at the brewery and I'm like, it's a brewery. You're like, you said it was a city, and I'm like,
Robin said it was a city. Robin's not the lore keeper.
it's
Brewery of competitor
Mhm.
brewery. I don't remember the name.
that'd be
I'm
the
really
Green
bad at
Valley.
this. I have it in my notes.
Mhm.
And the reason we were going to meet up was we were going to get an early start to leave to do it. So I said, ideally, we should leave at the morning so we can get on the road as soon as possible.
Was this conversation after the fight? Like
I
we
think I
had this
remember that.
conversation?
So much happened. I don't remember this at
Yeah,
all.
I don't remember.
I do.
this.
I mean, I
so
could just be imagining it, and it was in my head. That's cool too.
That's
But
fine.
you two can forget.
That's more than
That's
fine.
the moon did
Um,
it. The moon wiped your short-term memory.
Oh shit, you got moon memory now.
You are moon touched.
I don't remember anything before the pillar.
Yeah, weird. And now all I can think about is the pillar.
I've always been in the. I've always lived in this.
Yeah,
clearing.
this is where I should be. It's,
And then, like,
in fact,
horrible
this
thing
hole
is
on
I
the
need to,
ground is
like,
perfectly
look
fit for me.
I dug it myself.
Ah, yes, that's what the meat was for.
Yeah, exactly.
They have brought us meat again. Look.
Okay. I'm just checking in to be like, try and figure out what's happening on either side. Actually, Ashi, your mental links. I assume you want to have them on Emmy and Jesse because they're the only